I'm not paying you until you've convinced me.
Alright. He just, without flinching, he turns around and like clocks one of his friends like square in the face, knocks him to the floor. One of the others like yells something, jumps at him, and you know, they all cause quite a commotion that not a lot of people notice because there aren't a lot of people really around right now. And after like a minute of, you know, brawling and yelling, they all sort of stop and look at you and grin and say, well, good enough for you?
I'm impressed. I mean, you're still standing, so... Plus, he's pretty bloodied. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, how many of you are there? 4? 5? I don't know, I can't count.
7 of us. We can get more if you need.
If you think 7 is enough.
7 is easily enough.
I only need a distraction for about, I don't know, an hour tops.
We can get you that.
Right. Well, let's say 10 gold pieces each.
he laughs and he says, "You got your distraction, sir."
All right. Half now,
and
half later.
Yeah, he like was about to say half now, half later, and you say that, and he says, "Sir, pleasure doing business with you."
Very much so, and I just chuck him a coin back of 35 gold.
He shakes it and he says, "Well, boys, time to work."
Well, if I get caught by the card, you'll be hearing from me, but if not, I'll see you tonight.
They just nod and start heading off. And as they are walking, you notice them A, splitting up a bit, and B, sort of it's almost as if as they're walking they are preparing. Yeah, like you notice one of them picking up an ale mug, another one picks up just random stuff, and you notice they're sort of getting in position, and they are actually right in front of the front gate, and they just start going at it. Like, they are brawling, they are accidentally knocking other people into food stalls, they are causing a mess, and they're in it. Like, you can see they are working for their money. Like, they are putting on a good show.
They're putting soul and heart to that.
I'm like kind of just situated near the wall, just like against it, so the guards can't see me, and I'm just watching for that moment to go.
Yeah, you very quickly, like, at first, the guards on the wall are like, you know, someone is going to take care of it, and then like 2 guards like sort of walk in on this and start trying, and everyone sees that they are not going to get this under control anytime soon. And so some of the gate guards start to walk over to help, and some of the guards up on the walls, they're all obviously distracted. Like, nothing has happened for a while, they're not even sure why, they're still keeping watch, and so they're just watching all of this from above, and they are really not paying attention. And with your 25 in stealth, you have a very easy time of just slipping out without anyone noticing you.
Alright, perfect. And I'm just gonna head straight for Steve and Litrix and Ayla.
Yep, you rush over there, and you see the tank. You see like a blanket on the floor with like a bunch of half-eaten food, and they are all just sort of lazily lazing on the ground after their picnic.
I was about to say that you'll probably see the tank still being locked by the chain and the lock, and I still have the key.
Yes. Yep.
That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna run up to them all and like without like hesitation, just be like, all right, just like start clapping my hands to get their attention. Up now. Come on, we haven't got time. Pack up your things. We're gonna get back into town. Let's go.
Sir?
Up!
Sir? Yes, but what about this? And Steve points at the lock and chain.
Steve, any spells? I need a hidden.
Sorry, I forgot. I have the knock spell. Right, sir.
The what spell?
And
Steve,
He just shakes his head and he takes out a wand and he points at the lock and you hear like a fairly loud and the lock just clicks open, falls to the ground. And he smiles very proudly and says, "Like that, sir?"
Steve, not quite what I was thinking, but sure.
He was expecting fireball.
No, I need it hidden. I don't need to use it. Look.
Oh.
Can you lock
You want
it?
me to bury it, sir?
Yes. Bury it. Mark where it is. We need to go. We haven't got long.
Okay, sir. And he sort of, you know, he straightens himself up. He's now a whole centimeter taller than he was before. And he starts, like, he has his book and he starts mumbling things and swishing his wand. And actually you see just a mound of earth sort of raise up, move to the side, drop down, and very, very quickly he has excavated quite a big hole. And he just tells Litrix to drive the tank into the hole. And then he just dumps all of the earth back on top, so there's now a little hill, which, you know, will serve as a marker as well.
Perfect.
And after that, he ends it with casting a spell that causes vines to sprout from the ground. And he tells you to be careful and not step into it, because otherwise you're gonna get caught. But he wants to sort of hide the freshly dug earth a bit better. And so he just calls forth a bunch of vines. And
Well, Steve, I'm impressed. I'm starting to like your style, by the way.
I've learned a lot of things, sir. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be as useful as possible.
You are being very useful indeed. Now, we need to get back into town, and we need to get back into town without being seen. And I will explain along the way.
I mean, it doesn't matter if those three are being seen. Just you can't be seen. Just saying.
All right, well, fine.
I'm just saying.
Wait.
But, yeah, you head back to town and you notice that there are now a lot more guards, a lot more onlookers. There are several carriages that are now waiting outside of the gate trying to get in, but it is all a giant mess. There are way more people involved now than there were when you left. You actually don't see any of the guys you've paid. They all seem to have vanished into thin air, but there's still people fighting and brawling, and the guards are not having a good time trying to get it all under control.
I'm going to quickly
And
take
it
the rope of climbing out of my bag and just chuck it over the wall.
You don't need to. At this point, no one is looking at the gate. You can literally walk straight in and just blend in with the crowd.
Great.
The guards are struggling.
I'm going to do just that. Very casually.
You might as well just help the guards and earn extra points.
You might as well just try and help them. Yeah.
Can I do that, actually? I want to walk in and just kind of like stop one of the dudes from clobbering a guard and just like clock him in the face.
Yeah, absolutely. You sort of casually walk in. No one notices you. There are so many onlookers, and no one really gives a fuck about anything else. Everyone is just looking. And you know, clobber one of them. The guard sort of gives you a relieved nod. Thanks, like, thank fucking. And then just turns around and runs back, trying to get the next guy off his friend.
I want to quickly look down at Steve after I've clobbered that dude and be like, "Do you remember that spell we did in the inn that you made the chair explode?"
Yes.
Yeah, you see that caravan?
So I'm not sure that's a wise idea. It might...
For my but.
He looks at you.
Little bit of fun.
He looks at the caravan, and then he just smiles. Like, there's a very small smile on his face, and he like gets out his book, flips through the pages, looks at the card, points his wand at it, mumbles something, and you hear this really loud shattering sound of glass as the entire carriage just explodes into splinters. Everyone stops, looks at it, and then people start to panic and run away screaming. Like, you have caused a mass panic. Everyone is scrambling to get away. The guards are still trying to keep control. They're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
And I'm just gonna casually walk off.
Yeah. Alright, you casually walk off.
Into the direction of the inn.
Yeah. Yep. Ayla
If I in the brawl.
Yeah. Yep, I can see that. You know, someone probably threw a pie at you at some point when you got out of the shop.
Bad idea.
Yeah, knocked it out of your
Secret
hands,
was.
even worse.
So I
Yeah.
lashed out at everyone.
Yep, sounds about right. But the crowd disperses, except for a few who, you know, might need some help walking away. And you make your way to the inn. Ayla just follows you all, just hiding behind literally like eyes wide and not entirely sure what she just witnessed.
Oh, that poor girl.
Yeah, you make it to the inn fairly undisturbed.
I'm going to walk up to the innkeeper right at the bar, and I'm just gonna lean down.
Back in town, sir, eh?
Of course. No other place to be.
Almost started to miss your business, sir. Almost.
That's good, because I might have some more business for you. If, of course, you give me
Always
some
nice to
information.
hear. Ooh. Depends on the information, sir.
Well, I'm looking for a dwarf. Little small,
Well, this-
stubby dwarf.
Half
Probably
of the
came
people
here in the
in
last hour.
half of the people in this town are dwarfs, sir.
All right, he's a cleric.
Well, clerics don't really come to this inn, sir. I'm sorry.
All right, here's your 10 gold pieces, you cheap bastard. Now, where's the dwarf?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what you're talking about as he, like, you know, slides the 10 gold in his bag.
So you don't mind if I go and take a look then?
As long as you don't disturb any of the other patrons.
Well, I might. I start walking off.
And meanwhile,
And I
after,
might just throw you out.
and
That'll
meanwhile,
cost ya.
You, like, not moving an inch, you know?
after hearing all that like noise from brawling and like the explosion sound, I'll probably like barricade the door, close the windows, and barricade completely.
I'm gonna
Sit in the
go.
corner.
Actually, as I feel like, actually no. Yeah, I'm gonna go like door to door because I have no idea where he is.
Alright.
And just start like knocking on each door.
You knock on each door. Most of the rooms seem to be empty. One is currently being cleaned by you know, the innkeeper's wife. She's, you know, changing the bed sheets and everything. One of the doors gets opened by a young man in you know, holding a jacket in front of his groin. And you see like a young lady on the bed.
I would be like, oh, sorry, close the door, but then reopen and be like, but good job.
Smashes it. Yep. And eventually you come to the last room, and you knock on the door. Boris, you hear a knock on the door.
I don't know who that is. I'm not replying. I'm just sitting in the
Alright.
corner, making no sound.
Alright, yeah. Just with many of the other rooms, you don't get an answer.
For God's sake. Boris.
Janice, I'm just gonna... He will probably hear how like furniture is like falling from the door.
I'm just gonna like grab the handle and just pull.
That would be funny if the door would open outside.
Yeah, you barricaded it from opening inwards and it just opens outwards.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, Janice, you just pull the door open and there is just like chairs and the table and the chairs just, you know, stacked in front of the door.
And Boris like peeking through the hole.
Yeah, Boris like being behind it like, what?
Boris, you didn't think to maybe check what way the door opens before you start barricading it? Where's Stoge?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You were both meant to meet me here at the inn.
When did we agree on that?
You are getting so goddamn senile, I swear to God, Boris.
What? I can't hear you. Speak up.
I'm gonna start getting you looked at. You, sir, need some attention. Now, get all this crap out of the way. We need to come inside.
Oh, help yourself. Help me, by the way. Whatever, I'm just gonna shuffle the chairs aside and push the table away.
You do notice that Litrix and Ayla stayed downstairs.
Alright.
They didn't come up with you. Steve did.
Alright.
What happened outside? I heard an explosion.
That means.
Are we under attack? Is it the cultist? Are they after the amulet?
No. I had to get out. Just the means to getting out and getting back in.
We blew up a carriage. Steve looks very proud of himself.
You did what?
Oh, for God's sakes, I'm never going to hear the end of this, Steve.
Oh, sorry, sir. I thought everyone here knew. Sorry.
I'm gonna point this way. No wonder the guard doesn't trust you.
Wait, Stolgang's here and I'm going to turn around.
What's going on?
Where the hell did you come from?
Outside.
Where outside? Have you been behind me this whole time?
You notice that he has like some bruises where someone managed to hit him, and there are like a few blood splatters on his clothes, and he's a little bit disheveled, you know.
I'm gonna look at him up and down and just be like, huh, I should have just bloody paid you in the first place. Never mind. Let's get inside. Actually, do we even need to be in here? What are we doing? Did you do what you needed to do in town?
Yeah, I'm good. Watch this.
You
Pick up a really heavy bag.
You did not, however, find any potions, because the only store in town who sold potions, the store owner met an untimely end.
It's being converted into church here.
Curse capitalist monopolies.
Are you looking for potions, Stogik?
Always. And does. Both sustain me.
Sustain his rage.
He's living off of health supplements and pies.
All right, I got something for you. Just
Gotta get that protein, man.
I'm gonna pass over the potion of healing.
There you go. Have a potion of healing.
Thank you very much.
Alright. Now. Everyone's inside. Litrix, Ayla, they're downstairs. Obviously Steve is here. Right, Steve?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Now. Either of you heard word from the guard yet?
Nope.
Boris? Or have you just been stacking chairs in here?
I did what I could to protect the amulet. But what you have done.
That would
I was
mean
avoiding
protected
everyone.
the amulet against a cat. By the way, the window's open.
No, he closed it. When he
Oh.
heard the explosions, he said
Yeah.
he closed it.
Okay. Alright, fine. Damn it.
Open the window as you say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't lock it.
Well, look. Regardless, that means we still have time.
All right, what are we gonna do?
Back to the shop.
Right now, midday.
Yes. I mean, the guards have their hands full at the moment, so... I need to work out that plank.
I have no objections. Sure.
Which is actually surprising. Okay.
Well, I better stay near you to keep you out of trouble.
Of course. Cool. Okay. Do you agree?
Oh, sure, whatever.
Give a man a pie and he will agree to anything. Okay. Steve, do you have any spells that might help conceal us a little bit?
Yes, sir. How about invisibility?
Perfect. Can you cast it on all of us?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Do that, and let's go. Oh, we might actually have to tell Litrix we're leaving. Maybe he can use the room. Actually,
Should I make you
Ca-
invisible right now, sir?
yes. Cast a spell on all of us, then I'll go tell Litrix we're leaving.
He smiles and he says, "But sirs, it'll only last for an hour."
Plenty of time.
All right. And he takes out his book, flips through it, catches some loose pages that are starting to fall out, and waves his wand around, and you can all see your body disappear into thin air, and you're now invisible.
Right,
Well,
I'll see you there.
Am I dead?
oh,
Yes,
damn
sir.
it.
You were sent to the afterlife.
Oh, God damn it, Steve. I'll kill you for this.
Stogig, you're not dead, alright? Pay attention.
How do
you
I know?
buffoon.
You will be dead only when I let you.
Wow. You'll die when I allow it.
The cleric's throwing out threats now.
Same back at you.
Wherever you are.
Where am I up? And you hear like footsteps going outside. Down
Alright.
the hallway.
I'm gonna go downstairs and just really quietly approach Litrix.
Yeah, it's pretty easy because him and Ayla are currently in a heated discussion over whether or not she is allowed to try wine. And he is telling her that she is underage and not getting any alcohol, and she tries to get him to buy her some because she's never tried it.
I'm gonna take out an ale mug from my backpack, pour an ale, and slide it in front of her, and then move
All right.
around to where Litrix is, and just like get right next to his ear, and just be like, "We'll be back."
As long as you're holding the ale mug and like pouring it, it stays invisible. So you slide it in front of her, you let go, and it just appears. And she sort of screams like she didn't expect that and sort of jumps back. And Litrix looks surprised, but like he instantly sort of realizes what's going on. And you sneak over to him, you whisper in his ears, and he just sort of like slaps you away as you would do with a fly. And he just said, "Just get out of here, Janice."
Great.
And reaches over, grabs the mug, and just takes it away from Ayla. Just, nope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight that one.
She is not having any.
And I'm just gonna start heading to the door with everyone else.
Alright,
Not that I can
you
see.
head out. You make your way to the shop, you realize that walking around as an invisible person is surprisingly difficult, because since no one knows you're there, people just constantly almost run into you, and you're actually having quite a time to dodge everyone and stay out of the way of horses and everything. But you make your way to the shop, you get there no problem, and you see that there are 3 guards standing in front of it, the door is closed, and there seem to be at least 2 more guards inside. And you also notice the old lady sitting on the, watching from her open window, watching the street.
Perfect.
And presumably the guards.
Is there any way of me getting up to the old lady right now?
I mean, the door to her house, the bottom floor, is open right now, which isn't uncommon. Like, it's very common on nice days for the doors and windows all to be open, because, you know, people come and go. And you see a younger woman sort of bustling around on the bottom floor, but you see, like, right behind the entrance door, basically, there is a staircase leading up to what you presume is the old woman's room. So you could reasonably sneak up there without too many issues.
Now to try and catch her attention without giving her a heart attack.
Can he hear me? Am I around?
Yeah, you're all together, I assume, unless someone wanted to split off.
Pretend you're a dead relative.
Can I notice any portraits of any relatives that look like they might be older than the lady?
Not from the outside where you were here. Maybe if you enter the room.
Yeah,
not where you.
I'm gonna open the front door and see if
the front door is open. Yeah, you can walk in. You can walk up the stairs.
Yeah.
It's a ghost. Door thing's open by itself. Phasmophobia.
The door to where you assume her room is closed though, so you would have to open that.
All right. Like, as in it's locked, closed?
No, just closed.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to open that door, and just as I'm going up, just like look around to see if I can see anything I can use, I suppose.
There's nothing on your way up. Not any pictures or anything, which might be because pictures are fairly expensive to make. You push the door open, it squeaks a bit, and you hear her voice. Hello? Who's there?
I'm just gonna like...
And you enter the room. It's obviously her room. There's a bed. It's fairly Spartan. It's just a bed. It's
Smells like grandma.
Yeah, a small table, and on the table you see a picture next to some candles of an old man who looks about her age. And yeah, she turns away from the window and she like peeks at, hello? Gina, is that you? What are you doing hiding there?
I'm just gonna, like, in a really kind of croaky tone, just be like, Gina's not here, dear. Trying to be her husband.
Who's there? Who's talking? Who are you? And she like grabs a cane that sort of was resting next to her on the windowsill, and she like takes it and like looks around.
It's your husband, dear. I need some help.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
What? Is it really you?
Of course.
You old bastard! You always said you'd come back, but I never thought you would.
Well, I need a hand.
Of course you do. What trouble did you get yourself into this time, eh? And she like puts down the cane and sort of crosses her arms.
I can't rest peacefully until you help me, dear.
You never rested peacefully. What do you want?
Yeah, but with you around,
I heard that.
Oh, Zook, why?